Okay, Xiao, so can I check with you? So for the Anapana Nimitta, here it is said, Nimitta asasa pasasa anaramana ekametasa ajanato cha tayo dame bhavana na upalabati Nimitta asasa pasasa anaramana ekachitasa janato cha tayo dame bhavana upalabati. So this one, if we read it, especially the second stanza, if we read it as a single sentence, then we may be confused. But actually, if we read the only way for the realization of Nibbana, page 31, if we read it as two sentences, then it will be clear. It will be clear that the nimitta, then the in breath and out breath should be joined together and should be known with one mind consciousness. Then upachara samadhi or apana samadhi can be developed. Would this be true?
Okay, if they understand the actual meanings of those stanza, then they will not get confused. But if they don't understand the actual meanings of those stanza, then they will get confused. Okay?
Seattle,
And
any quotation from the Tipitaka on how to understand this stanza?
okay, Nimitta asasa pasasa anaramana meka chaitasa ajana do teo dame bhavana nupa labati. Okay, what is the meaning? Okay, another stanza. Nimitta asasa pasasa anaramana meka chaitasa jana towa teo dame bhavana upa labati. Nimitta is a sign. Asasa is in-breath. Pasasa is out-breath. These three cannot be the objects of one consciousness, one mind moment. But, you know, the Vinoranidika explain Nimitta and in-breath. These two can be the objects of one consciousness, one mind moment. Nimitta and out-breath. These two also can be the objects of one consciousness, one mind moment. But these three together cannot be the objects of one mind moment, consciousness, according to the first stanzas. Okay? If these three cannot be known by one consciousness, or they cannot attain Upajara Samadhi or Apana Samadhi. When these three are known by one mind moment, one consciousness, then they can attain Upajara Samadhi and Apana Samadhi. That is why this comes from, you know, Padisamita Mecca, the first volume, paragraph number 159. Is it? Visuddhimagga, the first volume, page number 273. Then how the yogi can know these three objects together? You know, according to the first stanza, Nimitta hiyami, Nimittan, the Ubabandana Nimittan, Nasikaka, Mukha Nimittan wa. Nasikaka, Mukha Nimittan wa. There is one, and Vinoranidika, the first volume, page number 216. Visuddhimagga Mahatika, the first volume, page number 331 and 332. Nimitta sign here me, you know, the here nursery area, top of the nursery, Nasikaka, or Mukha Nimitta upper lip, upper lip. Asasa is in-breath, Pasasa is out-breath. These three cannot be the objects of one mind movement. But when yogi practice anapana meditations according to the Buddha's instructions, for example, pay attention the breath at the touching point, at the tip of the nostril or upper lip. Then, according to the Buddha's instruction, you can pay attention the long breath with mindfulness. Then, short breath with mindfulness. The whole body or the breath with mindfulness. Then when the breath becomes subtle, then subtle breath, tranquil breath with mindfulness. Systematically, step by step. Then your concentrations become deeper and stronger. When your concentrations become and stronger, the breath become Okaha Nimitta. Okay? According to yogi's perception, there will be many forms or many different kinds of nimitta. Then when your concentrations become deeper, then the Oga nimitta will change to Patipaga nimitta, will become Patipaga nimitta. Then yogi can pay attention the Patipaga nimitta. At that times, here according to the second stanza, nimitta refer to Patipaga nimitta. Asasa also refer to Patipaga nimitta. Pasasa also refer to Patipaga nimitta. That's me, in breath of breath, and then nimitta, Patipaga nimitta are the same. The same. It also show, Diga adata pasasa kayoti. Diga kara asasa pasasa jona vichona pi samuhatena kayo. Asasa pasase nesaya upana nimitan beta asasa pasasa samenya mewa wodan Visuddhimagga Mahatika volume 1 page number 319. That means the nimitta appear depends on asasa pasasa in breath and out breath. That is why nimitta is also called asasa pasasa in breath out breath. What is the meaning? The meaning means in breath and out breath, and nimitta are the same like this. So taking Patipaga nimitta or in breath out breath is object here, then they can attain jhana. That means nimitta, Patipaga nimitta. In breath out breath, Patipaga nimitta. Nimitta also Patipaga nimitta. Asasa also Patipaga nimitta. Pasasa also Patipaga nimitta. Then in this state, yogi can know these three objects with one mind movement. At the time, they can attain Upajjara Samadhi and Apana Samadhi.
Sadhu,
This is
sadhu,
the meaning of those stanzas.
sadhu, 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 sadhu. So I also read in the Knowing and Seeing, according to Xiaodaoji's Knowing and Seeing, page 33, 34. Xiaodaoji also asks meditators to pay attention to the breath and nimitta as concept. No, so if anyone is confused about this, they can also read up Knowing and Seeing, page 33 and 34. No. And then that is also why Sados explained also this also explain why the nimitta is bright and brilliant. If you don't know why the nimitta is, if anyone don't know why the nimitta is bright and brilliant, they should go to the only way for the realization of nibbana, page 29, the explanation on nimitta.